Fuck whether or not immigrants came here legally or not. People deserve basic human rights just for existing. The right to eat, the right to sleep, and the right to religion. I didn't think that me saying this in that previous video would be as hot of a take as it was, but since I'm trending on MAGA Twitter right now, let me fuel the flames just a little bit more. Like I said before, we fucking live on a floating rock. And the fact that we chose capitalism and colonialism and racism as like our society to exist in just baffles me entirely. I personally don't think that we should have borders at all. I think that the earth should be a place where you live and exist freely, but that's not the society that we live in. So let's talk about the laws within the US that apply to immigration. First off, being undocumented is nothing more than a misdemeanor. That's the exact same fucking thing as a parking ticket. Second off, like I said before, even if someone did come here illegally, that doesn't constitute starving them and depriving them of sleep and depriving them of the right to religion. Period, point blank. Like, that's just basic human rights. Like I said, you don't earn human rights by coming into this country legally. You earn the right to citizenship by coming into this country legally based on the law, but you don't earn human rights. And based on the law, everyone deserves the right to due process, and people are being denied of that right. The Trump administration has admitted to sending American citizens, not just green card holders, American-born citizens, to ICE detention centers. If you don't provide due process, you're not giving people the opportunity to prove that they're American citizens or that they have the proper paperwork. There's no way for us to know whether or not these people are here legally without due process, and the Trump administration is depriving immigrants of that right. But on top of that, ICE is kidnapping people in unmarked vehicles and racially profiling people. You know how many undocumented white immigrants exist in the United States? This is clearly racially profiling people. Like, blatantly, obviously racially profiling people. So if you want to talk about they should have come here legally, ICE should be using the law. The Trump administration should be using the law and providing people with the opportunity to prove that they're documented immigrants. And if people did come here illegally, and if they do have to be deported based on the rule of law within the United States, they should still be treated as human fucking beings. You don't get to deprive people of food and of sleep just because they came here illegally. I know plenty of people who are doing illegal shit as American citizens. Like, some of y'all are out here using illegal drugs on the regular. So please don't come to me and say, well, they should have come here legally, when the Trump administration isn't even using the law to deport people lawfully. I would also like to remind people that legality does not dictate morality. I mean, it was legal to own slaves not too long ago, but that doesn't mean that it was morally correct. Just because the law exists the way that it does, doesn't mean that it's morally correct. Since America does have laws, let's hold the Trump administration accountable and make sure that they are following them. And for the record, I stand by what I said. I don't care. I don't give a fuck whether or not immigrants are here legally or illegally. They deserve basic human rights just for existing. That shouldn't be a hot take.
By the way, I gotta give it up to Oxnard, man. You guys are on the map. I was in Texas and I saw you guys on CNN and Fox. You guys aren't fucking around with ICE, man. Man, you guys are stalking them, man. They're like, right? You know these ICE guys here in Oxnard, you know, they in their meetings, right? They're like, what we gonna do? It's a lot of them. I think we should go back to Los Angeles. By the way, for white people, there's a difference between white people and rednecks, all right? So if I say redneck and you're white and it bothered you, that's because you're not white, you're a redneck, all right? White people read, you know? Rednecks watch TV, you know, all right? Take me to your leader.
He decapitated her head. Jose Luis Mendoza Gonzalez removed the head of a woman from Illinois. A legal immigrant from Mexico, arrested and charged with concealing a corpse, abusing a corpse, and obstruction of justice. And do you want to know what Lake County Judge Randy Bruno did? He released Mendoza from custody to walk around free around all of your women and your children. Thank God, under the Donald Trump administration, that he was arrested again on Saturday afternoon at a market in Chicago by ICE. Because at least somebody is doing their job. Megan Boss disappeared in February. She was called out missing in March. And in April, they found her body. This animal left Megan Boss in a bleach-filled storage container. And it is absolutely repulsive that this judge let this monster walk free after allegedly committing such a heinous crime. Should we honor this man due process? Should we have a conversation with this 37-year-old Megan Boss's parents that we are going to give this guy a fair trial, due process, let him go in court, spend taxpayers' dollars for removing the head of your daughter and putting him in some kind of freezer refrigerator for many, many days and threw her away like a piece of garbage? Or do you want to go back and have a conversation about free Abrego Garcia? Is freeing Abrego Garcia more important to you than this young girl losing her life in Illinois? This is disgusting. This is an atrocity. This is because of open borders that we asked to close and close and close again. How many more are in here in this country ready to take a mommy, a daddy, a child, a citizen of the United States of America? How many more women have to be compromised, trafficked, taken before we get rid of every single one of them out of this country to do harm here to our mommies, our daughters, our grandmothers, our children, before they are all removed here out of the United States of America? It's done. It's over. I'm finished. I'm done having a conversation with every single one of you about the legalities, the law, the due process, while all of our children are losing their lives. Jose Luis Mendoza Gonzalez, this forum has found you guilty. The Midnight has found you guilty. Every single one of my followers and my subscribers on this platform have found you guilty, and we sentence you for the rest of your life that you should never, ever, ever see the light of day again. And I'm asking that they don't deport you. I'm asking that they put you in a prison here in the United States of America, put you in general population, and let every one of those prisoners know what you have done to one of their sisters. To the Boss family, to the mommy, the daddy, the family, the loved ones of Megan Boss, we are so sorry for your loss, that this animal should have never had the opportunity or the privilege of meeting your daughter if those borders were closed when we asked them to do it 4 years ago. We will pray with you. We will send you our love. And we will pray that she's up in heaven with God. Shining her light upon all of you.
This week, we filed 2 major lawsuits to defend the rights and humanity of people detained in ICE custody across Florida. Along with our partners, we challenged the inhumane conditions at the Everglades Immigration Detention Center, which you've probably heard cruelly referred to as Alligator Alcatraz. People held there are being denied access to lawyers and are subjected to overcrowded, dangerous, and inhumane conditions. What's happening at this facility is not just a policy failure, it's a moral one. In another facility near Jacksonville, we filed a lawsuit seeking justice for a woman who was sexually abused and repeatedly physically abused by guards at the Baker County Detention Center. Her mere request for feminine products was met with abuse, humiliation, and solitary confinement for almost a month. She's now bravely seeking justice, not just for herself, but to hold Baker accountable. These aren't isolated incidents. They are part of a larger system that treats immigrants, many of whom are asylum seekers and survivors, as disposable. But together, we can fight back in the courts, in the community, and in solidarity. Because every person, regardless of immigration status, deserves to feel safe and to be treated with basic human decency. Share this, speak out, stand for immigrant justice in Florida.
Fantastic news out of Huntington Park yesterday. A bunch of freaking wannabe ICE agents, you know, the bounty hunters, they decided to go up to a house and try to kidnap people from, family members that were outside. Well, they got a nice little surprise when all the neighbors came outside and confronted them and literally did not allow them to take a single person. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. We need to follow the example of this neighborhood, the way they all stuck together when, as I said, bounty hunters, not ICE agents, come and try to kidnap people out of their homes. Like, this is unacceptable, guys. We need to fight. Props to Huntington Park for sticking up for their, for their neighbors, for their loved ones. Great job on that. And fuck you, bounty hunters. Fuck you, ICE agents. Fuck this administration. Fuck Donald Trump and all you dumbasses that voted for this fucking shithole we're currently fucking living in. But the rest of you guys, I hope you have a great day. Be safe out there. You see something, say something, my loves. We need to stick together. I love you.
What would you do if your 82-year-old grandfather, who was granted political asylum in the 70s after being tortured by the Pinochet regime, was deported to Guatemala? Because that just happened. Luis Leon is an 82-year-old grandfather from Allentown, Pennsylvania, who has been a green card holder for decades. He lost his physical green card, so he went to get a replacement at USCIS, where he was then handcuffed and taken away. No notice to the family, no reason why. Now, that was a month ago because his family has been looking for him and he is not in the ICE database. So at this point, his family thinks that he is dead. And that's partially because somebody actually phones the family and says, hey, Luis Leon has passed. Well, it turns out that from Allentown, Pennsylvania, he's taken to Minnesota, where he ends up in a hospital in detention there. And then he is deported to Guatemala to another hospital. His family is on their way to see him in Guatemala. They don't know what he's taken, and most importantly, they don't know what's wrong with him. They don't know why he's in the hospital. Meanwhile, ICE has not been able to answer why they took this man. When we say that they are disappearing people, we mean people regardless of immigration status. Because that 82-year-old grandfather was a legal permanent resident.
This week, we learned that the Trump administration will start sharing the personal information of the country's 79 million Medicaid enrollees in an effort to identify and track down immigrants. That information is usually only distributed to law enforcement to investigate waste, Medicaid fraud, and other abuses. The Trump administration now appears to be repurposing that data to underwrite this immigration crackdown. Now, to be clear, undocumented immigrants and some legal residents are not eligible to enroll in Medicaid. However, federal law requires that all states offer emergency Medicaid, temporary coverage for life-saving care in emergency rooms to everyone. And it is this emergency program that could furnish the necessary information that the administration needs for that immigration crackdown. Now, immigrant rights groups are trying to get the word out on individual basic rights in the event that ICE shows up at someone's door. One of those groups is reminding immigrants, if an officer knocks on your door, do not open the door. Officers must have a warrant signed by a judge to enter your home. ICE warrants are not signed by judges. They are ICE forms signed by ICE officers, and they do not grant authority to enter a home without the consent of the occupants.
Am I crazy, or have the ICE raids slowed way the heck down here in And that's not happening. So not only do I hope the judge's ruling holds up, it's going to turn into a court case where they'll come up with a definitive ruling. So in the meantime, I have noticed that there are ICE raids that have started up in other states. So I think this is what they're doing, is they're testing every state. They're just bouncing around. So all you people out there, fight back and stop these ICE raids, and keep up the pressure on the Epstein files, and keep praying for those puffy ankles and the bruised skin. Let's see some more symptoms.
Breaking fucking news for all my people in New Jersey. Peter Hegseth has just signed an order stating that he wants to put up a pop-up immigration concentration camp here in New Jersey. Let me tell you something, Mr. Peter Hegseth. If you think you're bringing that inhumane concentration camp to New Jersey, you got another motherfucking thing coming. And thank God that Governor Phil Murphy and all the other Democrats already in this state said, hell fucking no. You thought you was going to bring that shit into this state. Not Jersey. I don't think this is going to work out well for immigration, thank God. But they got a long battle ahead if they think that, you know, New Jersey's just going to bow down to fucking Trump and this shit-ass administration and fucking the Gestapo. This is Jersey, baby, like Governor Phil Murphy says. We're not allowing that shit here. We're going to see how this plays out, guys. I'll keep you informed. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, especially everybody that's from Jersey and follows me and sees my videos. Share the video for awareness, my loves. I love you. Be safe out there. Immigration is ramping up in New Jersey, my loves. I love you. Stay safe everywhere. I love you guys. Happy Saturday.
Well, hey there, Mr. Homan, is it?
Homan.
Have a seat. Oh, I'm sorry. How is it pronounced?
Homan.
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 Homan. Got it. Look at this. Isn't this fascinating? Look how they repel each other. I can even move it around.
Is this heaven?
It sure is. Mr. Homan, they brought you into my office because they were concerned you were just loitering out there, staring at the gate. What were you doing out there?
I don't know. I couldn't get in.
Was that some kind of refrigeration company?
No, I stands for Immigrations and Customs Enforcement.
You were the architect of family separation, huh?
I saw so many kids traumatized and dying. It was the most loving and Catholic thing to do.
So your answer to the traumatized children was to re-traumatize them by separating them from their parents?
They weren't re-traumatized. They were all fine. And it was just something we had to do, even if it wasn't pleasant. Ugh, what's that smell?
That smell is horse shit, because that's what you're spewing at me right now. You told the people of Earth that you enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, so what if I did enjoy it? What are you going to do about it, huh? Bring it on. Bring it on.
You like to threaten, don't you? You like to threaten and try to create fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you enjoy it.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Sounds like somebody should have got you one of those WWJD bracelets.
I didn't see God down there anyway doing anything about it, and I didn't see Jesus down there doing anything about it. It was me down there doing something.
You don't have an army behind you anymore. You don't have any weapons on you anymore, Mr. Homan. You are a naked soul. Right here in front of me, I see you.
And what you're seeing is a Catholic who took a pro-life approach to immigration.
So you're sticking with you are being cruel for Christ. You're a cruel man, Mr. Homan.
Why do you keep pronouncing my name that way?
Because you are a hoe, man. The second somebody offered you money to be evil, you snapped it right up.
Enough of this. When are you letting me out?
Mr. Homan, you are not being detained. You are free to go whenever you like.
Yeah, we used to say that too. You're gonna ship me off to hell or something like that.
I can't keep you out of heaven. If you would like to go to heaven, go to heaven. But I suspect, much like these magnets, you're not going to be able to break that force field. Because what heaven is, and what you are, they cannot come together. No matter how hard you try. I've met many, many people who were ushered here by you and your people. And they're everything from little kids to old people. And it's heartbreaking. And you're responsible for it. You will never comprehend the amount of suffering, trauma, and death that you as an individual have caused. Why are you still sitting here?